It is HP Munchcraft again, back with another turn of Dominions 1 2002. So, we have completed research and alteration, and we have two fights, not three, since we moved two forces out. This is perfect. It means we were not invaded by the AI. Our PD dump worked. We have a large force against our god. Again, no BGM music. Every time you see one of those blood splashes, it means that they did do damage. And they did actually give him a chest wound. So, while I can't see the combat math at all, you also see his unit card is starting to get redder. It does that as they get more damaged. While I can't see the combat math at all, 26 pride is being cut down by heavy infantry, which is strength 10, damage 6. So they are rolling somehow a plus 10. I don't know. I'll have to look in the manual to see why this is happening. Or it might be their crossbow. But I think we'll still win due to the fear. Yep, and there we go. Closer run than I'd like. Expander pretenders, maybe in this game, are not as durable as they are in 5, and I might need to bring him back to the lab for some gear. Next, I have my frontliners and archers. You can see archers are very fucking effective. In this game, battles can also be very swingy like that. That's very funny. Alright. Looks like Jotunheim is down here, and we will keep sneaking our scout down to find out about that. Ooh, interesting. What is this? Tribal warrior. Yeah, wolf tribe. Look at that guy. Yeah. There's no different tribes in this version. There's just a tribal warrior. So we're going to start looking around for other units, barbs and tribal warriors, militias and light infantry. This might be tempting fate with Jotunheim, but fuck it. We're also going to keep putting heavy defenses up just to ward off the AI. I don't think I'm quite ready to fight them, though it may not be that long until I am. We have a lot more options now with our god. Big Province, Darkvine Province, Longbowman and Knight Province. These are tough provinces comparatively. And I want you to think about it. These have a lot of indies, and then when you get them, you take them. This has 48 income for its 15,000 guys, and that is 28 unrest, so it'll go up to into the 50s, but we're going to actually even have to turn the tax down and probably the defense up. So just to highlight it again, you are just very fucking poor in this game. I probably should have put less AIs in, but I guess you'll get to see lots of fighting. Militia, light cavalry. I don't know if that'll actually have knights, but we're going to go in. And also, since we have alteration now, I saw us get that. What we're going to do is actually script this bastard. We're going to, well, no, done. Every time you go back into the script, you have to do the script over again. So we're going to attack for a couple of turns. We are going to cast a specific spell, which is going to be Fists of Iron. And we are going to do that 3 times, which should delete people. And then we are going to set him to attack archers. So, because you spawn so close in this game, I'm banking on this strategy where we run forward, cast Fists of Iron, which will delete lots of shit. Just wanting to, well, I checked it, so now it's going to delete my script. But, checking Fists of Iron, number of effects, 1+, so we should have 5 effects of 16+. uh, which should delete troops really good. This is very interesting. If you had high combat speed and high Earth Pass, you could do it in 5. But I think in this one it will work better because you have this chassis, and then you also have very, very close start positions relative to later Dominions. I should start cutting out some of the things in the turns because the full turns are not going to be that interesting. This is a kind of weak force. I don't know if I can bring this out because we have Amazons, we have Knights, and we have a light cavalry, maybe. Alright, so I'm going to go into the light cavalry province and hope that it is not too difficult. So we're going to set these guys on fire with no orders, and we're going to set these guys on hold and attack closest. With our commander is just going to go hold, 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 stay behind troops as you normally do. So because we are in this position, we can start thinking about doing a little more advanced expo with our bards. We don't have a lot of money. Jesus Christ, we don't have a lot of money. So maybe we can't. So we're just going to, I think, oh God. See, this game makes you think. This game is very tough. I think I will still keep creating bards and bank on the fact that we can create more heavier units later. I'm also going to punt again on... No, I won't punt on the nation screen. We'll go over it this turn. But let's see what we can do. We have 0 unrest, so we can go back up to 100 tax. I think order helps with that, but I'm not sure how much. 0 unrest. We're going to leave that. However, yeah, this one goes down to 70. So empire management is much more of a thing. The start is much slower, and you kind of get what you get. I'm not even thinking about recruiting indies, though I could start looking for scout provinces. If I find scout provinces, like for example here, I would actually have to write it down because you don't have the nation overview the way that Dom 5 does. So playing with a pen and paper and a notepad is actually useful in this game, which is insane to think about. I'm just going to show the regular map off again. So, showing off the recruitment screen for man, what does the nation have? We have a Crone of Avalon, which is Nature 3, Air 2, big mage, no commander points or rec points in this game, so what you get is what you get. I don't think there's even slow to recruit yet. The random does not let you see what it is, and they are very different. I think we've narrowed them down to randoms are either a sorceress random or a elemental random that gives you those paths, but they can definitely give you paths you wouldn't expect to see on the mages. We have our Mother of Avalon, which as no random is just a Nature 2 Air 1, so she's pretty useful. She talks about Spell Singer, but she doesn't have that ability yet. Or I don't think so. If she does, it's undocumented. She does have stealth. Then the Daughter of Avalon, which is just a Nature 2. So, these are a bit more useful than Dom 5 ones because the lack of an air path means that she's always useful, but she's just a Nature 2 when you already have heavy nature. A Lord Warden, who's already 130 resources, or gold for some reason. What the fuck? We have our 75 gold bard. These guys are very, very useful in this game, mainly because they're cheap and because of some things we'll get into later. They also don't tell you your research on this screen. You just have to go and find it out when you enter the arcane laboratory. We have our Castellan with his 50 leadership for 30 gold. Very good. A monk. Holy 2 means you can actually bless things, which is very useful in this game. And a forester who doesn't have any fucking leadership, so he's pretty much whatever. Our Knights of Avalon are very elite knights that we'll be leaning into later, especially against the AI, especially with Barkskin. We have our Wardens of Avalon, which are our Sacreds, which can get that bless and holy weapons that you saw earlier. They are pretty much the same as Dom 5, kind of, I think. We have Slingers. They're not Logrian Slingers. These ones are the sucky ones. We have Light Cav, which, who gives a shit? You see a bunch of indies in these national rosters, so we like if they have a militiaman, they just have a militiaman. It's not nationalized. You have a handful of units that are actual nationals, and then you have units that are similar to indies. Tower Guard is an actual national, and the only thing I'll call out on him is that shields are just a bonus. This is not a like a parry check. You just get 3 prot, 2 defense, and 1 encumbrance from it. It just fucking adds to your prot. Like, uh, Longbowmen are an indie, but their man is famous for them, so we get them. Axeman, you know what this is. He's the Logrian guy, but he is a little less skilled. He doesn't have anything special, and he is cheaper. And then we have our basic spear bitches. So that's man. Generally, how I'm going to play this, especially in the early game, is I'm going to get Barkskin on the bards, and then I am going to start recruiting troops. Tower Guard if I don't have a lot of money, but hopefully I will move up towards Knights and Knights of Avalon, maybe even some Lord Wardens that already have a very high protection, and start casting Barkskin on them to clear people out. Because when you do that, they will end up with very high prot, just like in Dom 5, and the indies aren't going to be able... Well, spoiler alert, there's no downside to Barkskin, there's no fire vulnerability, it's just good. And so that is our turn.